scout say, yeah, I'm happy. And what?
Right, we're on. Alright, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel, who rule and teach well. The Akims and the Iwas and Byways, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the brothers and sisters in the truth. And there's been a lot of madness going on around the world and then in Israel itself. And what you have to realize that what's that? Joel 19. Yeah, and what's happening is the Most High bringing judgment upon the nation, our nation, and you know the judgment for these other nations. Their judgment is coming soon.
That's right.
But right about now, as the scripture says, you know, judgment's going to start his house first.
That's right.
So this is why you've seen a lot of our people getting slain by the sword. And it's all judgment for the Most High.
Slain.
Yeah, so we bring out Job 19, Brother Michelle.
This is the book of Job, chapter 19, verse 29. Be ye afraid of the sword.
It says, be ye afraid of the sword. The problem is, a lot of our people ain't afraid of the sword. You know, it says, be ye afraid of the sword. Read.
For wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that they may know there is a judgment.
And a lot of our people don't realize that the Most High is a God of judgment.
That's right.
Yeah, so this is why these things are happening. The Most High is bringing judgment upon the earth and mainly upon our people at this moment in time. This is why you see the George Floyds and other such incidences happening to our people. Because he's laying down judgment. It says, be ye afraid of the sword. Read that again, brother.
This is the book of Job, chapter 19, verse 29.
And so that they
Be ye afraid of the sword. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
It says that you may know there's a judgment. A lot of our people believe that the Most High ain't going to judge people. Yeah, it's like before camp start, me and the brother was talking to this elder sister, and she's saying like, why are all these things happening? And we're trying to show her that our people is in a covenant with the Most High, and these are the repercussions for not listening. And she still didn't want to listen. So these are why we keep getting judged, because we don't want to adhere to what the Most High is telling us to do. But yeah, prove that out.
Ezekiel,
yeah, 21, 9 to 30.
The book of Ezekiel 21. 1 to what? 1 to 4.
No, 9 to 30.
Oh, okay. I had a precept.
Oh, you got a precept?
I had a precept.
Bring your precept.
I had a precept in the same chapter.
Yeah.
Are we all in?
No, it's wider than, yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah. Yeah, bring out your precept.
Yeah, Ezekiel 21, I'll start at 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of mine, set thy face toward Jerusalem, and drop thy word toward the holy place, and prophesy against the land of Israel, and saying to the land of Israel.
When you say prophesy against the land, it's talking about the people.
Yeah, the people before the land.
Yeah.
And say to the land of Israel, that say Yahweh, behold, I am against thee.
He said he's against thee. And why is he against us? Because we went into a covenant. I keep saying it. We went into a covenant, and we're still breaking that covenant today. This is why, and remember it says, wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword. We've pissed the Most High off. So this is why he's against us.
Also because we play the harlots. We play the harlots in different gardens, you know. I am against thee, and I will draw forth and say to the land of Israel, thus said Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my swords out of his shelf. So it's his sheath, yeah?
Yeah, sheath.
Out of his sheath, and we cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked,
Yeah, so the Most High is going to cut. Read that last bit again.
And say to the land of Israel, thus say Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked.
So this is why you see these things happening right about now. We've been kicked out of the land because we've displeased the Most High. Now our people are getting slain by the sword, which is judgment that is bringing upon us. Now, jump down to 9, yeah.
Verse 9, Son of man, prophesy, and say, thus say Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened.
They say the sword is sharpened. We just read in Job that sword is judgment.
That's right. And also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sword shorter.
And what the Most High is doing, I don't know if you've seen it. Them man, they got like their cutlass. They're there with their thing, they're sharpening this thing. Then they check it, make sure it's sharp. That's what the Most High is doing, is furbishing his sword. You know what I'm saying? To make a sword sharp.
That's how you know that through the Spirit that the judgment is coming. And you can see, it's speaking right now.
That's right.
People are, are waking up. People are upset. Do you know what I'm saying? Rioting, stealing, and also that's because the Most High is tearing up the spirit of different people on earth.
Right.
And after that will come the sword. So if you're a spiritual man, you should understand that. Because the Most High speaks through his word.
That's right, man.
That should carry a minute. Verse 11, right? Oh, no. I was really kidding. Yeah. It is sharpened to make a sword shorter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
It says, should we make mirth? This is what was happening. I did a video the other day, and I was showing one of the lives of the protests that they were having. And in the midst of all of that, you had Jake dancing and making mirth.
And you know what? I made a video on the French channel. I was showing there's a movie called The First Purge.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the purging, Jake had like a block party, And that spirit of love has to go, because when the Most High stopped, like when you read in Ecclesiastes 12 and 4, from 1 to 4, when you say, I will stop, and the daughter of music shall be brought low. When the Most High closes the theaters, the nightclubs, and all those things, it's him speaking to you, telling you, this is serious time now.
Jake was still fine time to dance and make mirth, man.
Jake wouldn't listen. Verse 4, containeth the word of my son. Sorry, 10. Should we then make mirth?
Now, should we make mirth? Actually, first speak, second Peter chapter 2. Yeah, so when the Most High is dropping judgment upon our people, should we be making mirth? Now, seeing all these things are coming to pass, what manner of persons are we to be?
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be?
So the Most High is sharpening the sword. Yeah, he's furbishing the sword. Yeah, should we be making mirth?
What manner of persons ought ye to be? In all holy conversation and godliness.
Yeah, so we need to be looking at the times and thinking, like, what should we be doing?
Measuring the time.
Yeah. You see brothers going out telling you Israelites to repent, come back to the covenant, come back to the Father. This is what we should be doing, keeping these things in mind. But our people want to be making mirth, not realizing that the Most High is bringing judgment on our people, and he's sharpening that sword.
Shall we then make mirth? It containeth the word of my son, as every tree. Verse 11, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
He said the sword is furbished and sharpened to give it into the hand of the slayer.
And who is the slayer?
Yeah, quickly grab Psalm 17 and 30.
That's right. Who is the slayer? The slayer is your enemy, man.
That's right.
Because in the first place, the reason why you're at the bottom is because the Most High used the enemy to keep you down. And every time Israel went off, he broke the enemy. And right now in our time, who's the enemy, really?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13.
So he said the sword is sharpened and given into the hand of the slayer.
Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked.
From the wicked, yeah, when you read Malachi 1 and 4, let you know that Esau is the wicked, the border of wickedness.
That's
yeah?
right.
They said, deliver my sword from the wicked.
Deliver my soul from the wicked,
yeah,
which is thy sword.
So it says the sword has been sharpened. So read that bit again. Yeah, so you can see now why our people are getting lit down the way that we are. Because the Most High is sharpening that sword and is giving it to the slayer.
That's right. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Which is, we know, is Esau. Yeah? He's the wicked according to the Bible. Go on.
Try and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel.
So this is why when you look, you always see our people getting lit down unjustly. I'm not saying these other nations don't get lit down, but they get justice. Or they don't have to jump through all kind of hoops to get some kind of a justice. You know what I'm saying? It's like on the WhatsApp the other day, someone sent a video of this Edomite guy who was captured for two oversights. Instead of giving him water, you know, looking after the brother. But yet still, you do that. You go and spend a fake note and look at the judgment that you end up with.
Well, that's what the Most High saying in Micah 2:10, that this place is not our rest. It's not our rest.
That's right.
You know, this is our punishment, man. So the way they're going to treat the enemy is not the same that they're going to treat you, because the Most High is sending a message. It's a message.
And like the brother said in Micah 2, he says that it is polluted.
That's right.
It will destroy you with a sword
That's
destruction.
right. That's right.
Yeah? And that's what our people are getting. A sword destruction.
It's the gospel, right?
That's the gospel, man.
Can I share? Can you share a scripture with me?
What's that?
Can I give a scripture for you? Because I'm not a good reader. Can I give a scripture to read?
To do what? What is the purpose of the scripture?
Just and then I can talk to you the word of God, and then you can introduce me to you. We read that scripture.
What do you want us to read?
The book of Timothy.
Yeah.
Can you paraphrase it?
Paraphrase it. What you mean paraphrase it?
Can you
say
give
what it says?
the
Okay,
general
what that
idea?
Jesus is basically, Timothy is like a witness. He saw what Jesus Christ saw. So if I say read the book of Timothy, and then you can ask me, it's just a basic.
So what do you want us to gain from that? What do you want us to gain from
He will
that?
tell you, if you read it, he'll tell you.
We're not understanding what you want from this.
From the start.
Timothy what?
From the start. From first Timothy and over.
I'm not going to read a whole chapter.
No, just short, and then you stop. No, listen, just read there.
There's a lot of chapters.
Okay.
What is your
There's the scriptures and chapters. The scripture.
What is his purpose? What's your purpose for this?
I just wanted to have time with you.
Have a
Share the
good
word of
day.
God.
Have a good day.
Repent, my brother. Keep God's commandments.
Why are we arguing?
We're not
Scripture to be arguing.
Just need to understand where you're coming from.
I say, can you read it? I'm not a good reader. You got the Bible. I'm not a good reader. I say, read the book of Timothy, and we can share gospel together.
Yeah,
Until
but we're bringing out the gospel now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is part of the judgment. What do you see? Quickly grab Deuteronomy 28. Actually, no, you stay with it. I'm going to get it myself. Yeah, you got it? Yeah, 28. Is the final. I think it's 28 and 28. Yeah. Now, part of this judgment that the Most Most High is bringing upon us is this. Read it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
With what?
With madness.
And this is what's happening. Our people are going crazy up here. Yeah? Judgment for breaking the covenant. He says the Lord shall smite them with madness
And blindness.
and blindness.
And astonishment apart.
So this is what's happening to our people. That's what we want. Smite us. Yeah? So we need to, whilst there's still time, whilst we still have breath, you need to repent. Yeah? Because that sword is sharpened to make us sore. Bring that out.
Well, that's the manifestation of the sword. That's the manifestation of the sword.
That's right, man.
You know? And as
His
what's
spirit
coming?
would bear witness with our spirit. He would stand up and listen to the word.
That's right.
He would
That's
back
right.
up. He would back it up.
Yeah, Ezekiel 21 and 12. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people.
Says it shall be upon my people, and this is what's happening. You see that our people have been, we're getting the short end of the stick. Regardless of what it is, we're always getting the short end of the stick.
Right.
God.
Right. For it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword. Hey, terror by reason of the sword. And you know, sometimes when you speak about a particular subject, the most I can manifest in a way. I think that's what it did. Our people are under the serious manifestation of the sword, and that's just a little, like the Benjamin said, the little. Where's this coming, man?
Because a man's going is what is wrong.
That's right.
That's right.
Right. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon that thigh. Like that. Like the warning them. Warning them.
Yeah, go down to
Which one?
down to 30. 27.
Yeah, that was the next one. 13, it is a trial, because it is a trial.
It is a trial, and this is what we're going through.
Trial.
Trials and tribulation, man. Yeah? Like the brother brought out earlier of camera, through much tribulation, we're going to have to get into the kingdom. And that's because we've decided to make life easy for ourselves by keeping the commandments. So now we have to go through this fiery trial. And a lot of our people, they're getting judged
Severely.
1 Samuel 2 and 3. 1 Samuel 2 and 3. Yeah? You have to, the Most High lets you know that the things that we do, like I like to say, for every action, there's a reaction. Be it good or bad. Yeah? 1 Samuel 2 and 3.
It's the book of the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let no arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is the God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
That's the point I wanted. Yeah? He said the Most High is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. So when we see our people going through these trials and tribulation, us getting judged by the sword, yeah, by the slayer, these are our actions being weighed. This is why when we repent now, it's easier for the Most High to put an edge around you. He can't edge you up if you're going off. Yeah? He has to deal with, let me read this. This is Psalms 37, verse 28. It says, for Yahweh loveth judgment.
Bring it out.
And forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. So the Lord that we serve, the power that we serve, is a power of judgment. There's another scripture.
He's a judge.
Yeah, this is chapter 9. Psalms chapter 9. Psalms chapter 9, verse 16, it says, Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executes. Yeah, it says, the wicked is snared in the works of his own hands. So this is why you see our people getting slain the way they are.
Right.
Because the Most High is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. And our actions are coming up short. This is why we're getting judged the way we're getting judged. Yeah, this is why we're getting judged like that. And until our people realize that, all this is going to continue. All this marching ain't going to change nothing. Yeah? Esau, he ain't gonna change nothing. Yeah?
At the end of the day, if you want to be technical, this marching was set up by Esau. So all those Edomites that you see, they got paid. They got paid by George Soros.
Yeah. The Black Lives Matter one.
All of them. All of them ain't no good. They don't do us no good.
They're all funded by actually Amalekites.
Yeah, they don't do us no good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But then the Most High uses all of that to bring judgment on the 2/3.
That's right.
So,
I was going to basically say,
okay, yes, sir.
that's right.
Yeah, I was reading, innit? Yeah, okay. I'll read verse 13 again of Ezekiel 21. Because it is a triumph, and what if the sword contain even the rod? It shall be no more, said Yahweh. Verse 14.
No, that's it. Yeah. So the Most High has got a sword sharpened. This sword is judgment. And this is what our people are facing day in, day out.
That's right.
This is why we're always crying, no justice, no peace.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because the Most High is using the slayer to slay with that sword. And like I said, I remember in Jamaica, it's like, you're there with the machete, you know, you got your sharpener. You did that shot, did you? Yeah, you test it, see, is it sharp? Yeah, it's sharp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what the Most High is doing, man. And this sword is sharp. Like, paper cut ain't got nothing to do with this.
That's
It ain't
right.
got nothing on this sword, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you know. Bring out yours.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse 9.
Hey.
Oh, you want verse 8? Verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil.
That's right.
That's what we're doing now. We're prophesying against these countries, these kingdoms, that they're going down, but we're also prophesying to our people, because he also sent the prophets to our people. Actually,
To warn them.
And of pestilence.
no, he's not forget that.
Wait till we know.
Jeremiah 44 for me. Yeah, he said the prophets. Yeah, our prophets used to go out to warn these kingdoms of the destruction that's coming. But he used to warn, I think 15. He used to, let me quickly find it. He used to warn our own people as well. He used to send them to our people.
Tell all the men.
Yeah, because Yahweh's a just power, so he gives
Tell
them
the men
warning.
which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods. Right?
Hold on.
You know how Yahweh works.
Read 4.
Every time before judgment is sent onto a land, he will send these prophets to prophesy and warn them.
That's a very good point. Why? Because Yahweh is a judge.
Yeah.
And if you notice, before a judge passes judgment, what does he do? He has to find reason to prosecute. So Yahweh being the ultimate judge, he has to send the witness. He has to send the prophet.
Yeah.
So they have to warn you, and you're mocked. Then you can't say that you didn't
Then you
hear
can't
the
say
word.
you didn't know.
And that's what the Most High been doing for years now. You see?
That's why the brother said the prophets of old.
That's right.
Before.
Yeah.
That's right. 4.
Yeah.
Jeremiah. The book of Jeremiah 4 and 4. Howbeit, I send unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them.
So when it says rising early, that means before destruction comes.
That's right.
Yeah. And some brothers do raise up early as well, you know.
That's right.
Up early, but it's talking about sending you out the prophets before destruction
I
comes.
say when you say early, you mean like on time.
Yes.
Before.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the Most High is merciful. You know?
That's right, man. Look at Noah. Noah was prophesying for ages. Noah was up well early. And people still got caught short.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
it's true. I mean, like, you know, you can imagine, like, when you read the book of Noah, now you can imagine, like, in the Bible, it has to sum it up in a few spaces. But imagine how much years he must have prophesied before the actual judgment came.
Yeah.
So you have to bear that point, you know?
But this is Noah, right? But this truth been out since the 60s.
Oh, even with the Noah thing.
Further.
Yeah.
It's been out, but like, I'm talking about out.
Like,
Like it used to be like an inner
Exactly.
thing,
Yeah.
but out.
Properly
Since
out
the
of the
60s.
60s. You're right.
So it's been a while, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
But even when you read the Zondervan on Ham,
yeah.
it tells you Ham was born probably about 96
Yeah,
years
yeah.
before the flood.
flood.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
like, the time period, like, they have to sum it up.
Yeah.
You know, you can't sum up like let's say 100 years on one page.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So
Right, they have to sum it up,
Yeah,
man.
so Noah was sent out early,
Yeah.
Elijah, Jeremiah, Isaiah, and even the brothers you see today is being sent out early. You know what I'm saying? Rising early. Finish that up, brother.
Howbeit, I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not these abominable thing that I hate.
This is what the Most High saying. Don't do this abominable thing that he hates. And what's that? Sin. That's the long and short of it. And the Most High hates sin. Actually, he hates their sinners as well. Quickly grab Psalms 5 and 5. Yeah, Psalms 5 and 5.
If you go there before me, you can read it.
So some actually, I'll read it.
What is it?
I've got it.
I got it. This is Psalms chapter 5, and that's at 4. For thou art not a power that has pleasure in wickedness. Thou shalt evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Yeah? So when he says don't do that abominable thing that I hate, he hates iniquity, man. And iniquity is sin. 14.
114.
Do you mind if I read from the carry on?
Yeah.
Going to, because I know we went past it. It's irrelevant. Ezra 9 and I'll start at 1. Say, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time.
Oh Lord. Go on.
Right. You can break it down. Wherein the highest will begin to visit the
Start
word.
to what?
Wherein the highest will begin to visit the word which he made.
How's he visiting the world? With that sword. That sword that's sharpened. Yeah? That's why our people is getting judged the way they are. Hold that and jump to 16 and 19. Yeah? Yeah, he's visiting the world that he made. 16 and 19.
So like that.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish.
So these are the ways that the Most High is visiting the world.
That's right.
Yeah? This is the different form of swords that is dropping on our people. Go on.
Famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent.
And madness and woe. It's like today we're seeing two mad people. Yeah? This Bible's speaking, man.
Bible speaking, man. You speaketh, you walketh.
That's right. Talk on.
Boy, serious, man. Are sent as scourges. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
As scourges for amendment.
These things that you see, I want you to read 20 as well.
Yeah.
These things are sent as scourges for amendment, meaning you're meant to see these things and rectify your ways.
Right.
Go on.
20. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their
The
wickedness.
Most High knows his people. He says, for all these things, like, how many videos do we have to see of our brothers getting murdered? Yeah? And all we're going to do is keep marching. Instead of repenting, and coming back to the covenant, we're going to march. Now everybody around the world is marching and nothing still ain't going to change. Go on.
That's right.
Because the Most High, he's still got that sword sharpened and he's got the slayer to slay.
That's right.
Yeah, the Most High is the one that's going to take us out of this. Go on.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness,
That's right.
nor be always mindful of the scourges.
You see, you won't take these things to mind. That's why that sword's going to keep chopping away.
Yeah, let me read that verse 3 because it's like
Continue. I just want you to drop that precept.
Second Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be sin, earthquakes, and uproars. That's the main thing.
The
uproars of the people in the world.
scourge is for amendment.
That's right.
On the people.
That's right.
Good point.
That's right. Well, that's it.
Yeah. So jump down to 9. No, I'm going to bring more out of that.
Oh, that one there?
Yeah.
That one there.
Yeah. Ezra's
Oh,
9.
yeah. That's right. That's right. Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case.
So when you see all of these things, a lot of our people are going to be in pitiful case.
That's right.
Yeah, like we are now. You know, crying no justice, no peace.
That's right.
Black lives matter. You're not even black. That's the dumb thing about
That's
it.
another lie, man.
It's true, you know.
And that's how you know that the Most High is, yeah.
You know, you're not even black, man. You bet you said brown lives matter or
More
something.
than, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or more lives matter.
No,
It's the same thing again,
more
more is
forget
black.
the more, man. We don't want that to do no
You know
more.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, Israelite life matter. That's where it comes
That's
down.
right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because that's the one who's really getting chopped up by the sword right about now.
That's the only one.
Yeah, judgment is passing first at the house of the Lord.
That's what he said. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Starting at my century.
Yeah.
Century. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
See, abuse. Yeah, when it says, for wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword, the reason why the Most High is pissed off, because you're abusing his ways.
That's right.
Yeah, he said, keep my commandments and live. Yeah, you want to do your own thing and live. It don't work like that.
That's right. And they shall have cast them away despitefully.
Despitefully. Let me look up.
Yeah, let's look up the words. You know?
Let me turn on my internet a second. It's like it as well. Yeah, let's see what it means to despite something. Despite.
That's what it is. Despite, to despise, to hate, to cast behind thee.
Yeah.
Let's see the etymology of the word.
That's right.
Why is it my phone always want to muck about when I've got things to do with it? Yeah, it's like it as well.
And when I say that I abuse my ways, you can see that, man. Huh? That's what spiteful. So the Most High said that his people abused his ways. Because that's what they've been doing, man. I mean, the Most High is bringing also a sign for you to wake up, but yet you're gonna follow all black